We are 167 days in. 167 in numbers comes to the word 24. Comes to Old Harry Rocks over there. It was the 167th day of the year that Trump came down the escalator with Melania. That's actually 5 days before I physically met the beautiful Ivanka on June 11th. June 11th being 141, Tom Bushnell 141, Quantum Leap 141, Reincarnation 141. Hey Nadine, good to see you. And yes, 167 days. So it's been an eventful weekend, a long one. Hey Lindsay. Today's been more relaxing because I was in London all day yesterday and early hours of the morning. I didn't eventually get to bed until the crow. No, the cock had crowed. Is that the phrase? Don't want to get that one. I don't want to get that one muddled up. But yeah, it was light by the time I was home. But today's been a beautiful day. I think I timed it quite well because yesterday, not that you want to go places that are wet. I mean, yesterday was decent weather, but there was a bit of rain, a bit of a cloud. Hey, Denise. But today was lovely, and I was able to relax and just go for a swim this afternoon, early evening, and that was heaven. I'm really grateful for that. That was just what I needed. That was what the doctor needed. And counting blessings. I'm counting my blessings. I'm grateful for that, and I'm grateful for the contrast of this timeline that we're going through. I had a lot of thoughts while I was in London last night. Hey Karen, great to see you. And my journey with the numbers, with 2020, with lockdown, with my channel, it all started in London. And well, actually the numbers started when I met Ivanka in Manhattan 5 years before. But when I started doing videos and everyone was locked in, and although I was outdoors most of the day because we were told not to go out more than once, so I was like, well, I'm going out all day. So that's what I did. And thankfully the weather was turned on, so it was sunny all through those first 3 months of lockdown. And I discovered many beautiful parts of London. I walked loads of places, I cycled loads of places. It was great. It was a really cool time. With the lacings of inconveniences, but really, yeah, I missed 2020. Although I don't want to go back, I want to keep going forward and open up more boxes of prezzies and delights as we go through the timeline. But yeah, I was in London at the Wimbledon, then I went to see F1 at the IMAX, and then I was in London for a bit after, and I noticed how I felt that before with London, but the energy contrast was really different, and I can see why God moved me out of London, because it's heavy. It's a beautiful place, but right now it's going through a transition of, it's still a mess in so many places. Prez for Texas, there you go, Denise. Yeah, Prez for Texas. Texas is 69 checkmate, people, so we're close. Nice, Nadine. Did you watch F1 in Vancouver? So yeah, London, bless it, is I can see why I was guided to move out, and I can really feel the contrast now. I'm very blessed for that part. I'm very blessed. Yeah, it's heavy. So 74 is London. Energy is 74. Jesus is 74, but also the contrast, the other side of the coin, Lucifer is 74. And there's a man on his bike shouting out. I don't know if you heard that one. Nuclear 74, DeLorean 74. So 74 is an important number for both sides, and not even sides, just it's a big key number. All numbers are important, but that's a big one. But it's pretty heavy in London. Wow. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, it's pretty heavy there. I could feel it. I mean, it was a long day. I was in a suit, actually. Suit and jeans, but I had a shirt because I might have gone into a nice area in Wimbledon. So I was prepped before to have a... So I got my jacket and tie out and all that. I was ready. So it was a long day. It was one of those full... It was a full day. I'd like to get to the point where I have full days all the time. Hey, Lisa. In Florida. There you go. Florida. 65. But today was a beautiful day of rest and recuperation and catch up. It was lovely. And I felt this for a while, but I'm just loving the sea, the ocean. And I think intrinsically something about me has always been that way. But I haven't had the privilege of it all my life. When I lived in Scotland, actually, a lot of the places I lived were on the coast. Not that I'd go to the beach much, but there's a lot of Scotland is far more remote, and most of the places people live are somewhere coastal. But yeah, interesting. And but today was lovely. So a grateful day. A grateful day. And as time moves on, we'll see more and more. Things will get more and more. It's an ever-expanding box of delights. There you go. How about that? An ever-expanding box of delights. Be vigilant. Keep pushing forward, folks. We'll be showing more things as we go along. Surprises. And I guess what's for us you have to make your own brakes, create your own brakes, like it says in the film in F1, and also kind of let natural causes fill in the difference as well, the gaps, if that makes sense. Hey, Donnie. Oh, bless you. Thank you, mate. Thank you. Where are you from? Yeah, keep pushing forward, folks. Keep pushing forward. Keep doing the things that we can do, and then allow the space for the miracles to fill in as well. So in Inception, I might have mentioned this yesterday, but the bit about creating the dream. So we create the world of the dream, and then they fill it with their subconscious. Who's they? That's a good question. Who are they in that analogy? Because I'm noticing that it does feel like we're the architects of our own reality, and I do believe that at some level, maybe at all levels. Bobby, hello, mate. Virginia, nice one, Donnie. And then the question is, who are they that fill in our... I'd have to look at that. What do you think, folks? Who are they? There's a red light there. Another hot week for America, 277. 277 is quantum financial system. The quantum financial system is 310. The 310th day of the year is November 5th. On 2024. The big beautiful. Okay, let's talk about the big beautiful bill. So the big beautiful bill in numbers is 184, and I thought it was 183 before, but I did it again today. It's 184. 184 is the fifth dimension. The fifth dimension, and it's also fourth density. So that'll be great as we move forward and ascend. Wow, that's hot. Gone with the wind. There you go, Bob. There you go. Dorothy, Kansas. Red shoes. Tin Man, Straw Man. The Wizard of Oz. The Wizard of Oz is 176, November the 5th, Back to the Future. Yeah. It all begins and starts in Kansas and ends, does it? An abundance of caution. Interesting. I didn't know that one, Bob. You'll have to text that one to me. Yeah. Just keep pushing forward, folks. Keep pushing forward. Keep pushing the envelope. Keep breaking barriers within your own realms of reality. Keep growing. keep going forward. Magnetic storm, I like it. 184. Geomagnetic, okay, geomagnetic. And then see where the chips fall. That's another thing. So in the film F1, I've seen it 9 times now, and I will watch it another few times. I'm not seeing it tonight, but I will see it probably a couple more times this week, because it's telling me lots of things. So that's why I go when I see what's in the films, and I go see them. So what was I saying before that? What was I saying just before that, Bob? Oh yeah, the F1 film. So in the first few minutes, there's 2 references which are important, and I think they're just telling us something else. So there's a guy called Chip, and that makes me think of like microchip. But then there's a motherboard. Well, there's board. The Brad Pitt character Sonny Hayes says, "You need a new board." And then there's he's talking about a board of directors, but board as well, like motherboard. And there's also an 88 miles per hour in the film. It's not as obvious as you would think. Like, it's not in the racing sequences, but it's on Sonny Hayes' number plate when it goes to the McLaren, where it's the Apex factory kind of headquarters, which is just outside Woking in Surrey. And but it's D, and there's 282, and there's something else. But basically, it's 282, 88 miles per hour plus Miracle, which is 61. And the Miracle is a big theme of and we need a miracle, folks. That's what we need. I was reminded of that last night again. We need a miracle. We're doing all the things we can, but we do need a miracle, a divine assistance from benevolent higher order of intelligence, which we are getting. But the way to complete this job, I mean, we can do what we can do, but we still have restrictions upon us. And I'd ask and implore that those restrictions are removed. All of them, if not most of them, really quickly, please. That would be my if I offer a prayer, that would be it right now. Please remove the shackles, the Shackleton. Please remove the shackles. There you go, 61. Casino Miracle, Don JR, 61. Please remove the shackles, or help us to know what to do to remove the shackles. The restrictions. Remove the restrictions. Thank you, Miss Lady. Appreciate it. I'd ask that we get the restrictions removed, and in all of our lives, and that, I think, will be part of the miracle. But the storm is coming, and the miracle is coming, and they might be one and the same, or one might lead to the other, but they're coming. Bless you, Denise. Thank you. Love you too. Thank you. Gifts. There you go. 61. Unpack your gifts. That's it. That's it, Bob. But yeah, the storm and the miracle. Yeah, the miracle is coming, and we would ask individually and collectively, and as a group of open people, the awake, that the restrictions would be lifted fully for us. Lifted fully for the world, but if for whatever reason they're not allowed to have those restrictions removed, then please allow us to be released, because we're being tethered to they're trying to tether us in some way. Maybe it's for our own good. It probably is overall, but right now, please give us more freedom to move. Neo reaches the point where he can fly. I feel we're about to fly. We're about to take off. And yeah, the new world. Give us the new world, please, folks. Give us the new world. We're ready for the new world. That was the other thing I was reminded of when I was bobbing about in London last night. I was like, there's nothing here for me, really. There's nothing here for me. I was like, I just saw so many kind of messes. I was like, with like girls, I was like, there's girls bobbing around doing their thing, and I was like, they're just not on a wavelength. It's like, it'd be a mess. It's like, yeah, it'd be nice to go out with someone at the moment, I guess. Yeah, that would be, but it's like, I just see too many hiccups with it. I just see a mess. And if they're not on the same page, if they're not awake, and then even people that are awake, you kind of align with them, it's not quite there, but it's, I guess I'm grateful for my awake friends and close associations and friendships that I have. But I just saw it yesterday, last night. I was like, this is a mess. This place is a mess. It was a mess. Now that was a fraction of society. It's not everywhere, but it still is. And then I see other parts of society, and I'm like, that's a mess as well. So I guess I'm just waiting for the new world, for the new upgrade. But I also want to be proactive. And it's like we can't just kind of sit back and sing Kumbaya. I think once you do everything, I think this principle holds true. And as with everything, it's fluid. But once we've done everything we possibly can in our kind of power, there's always more you can do, but you can't burn yourself out. And there's also restrictions. That's the other thing. So be easy on yourself as well, because there are restrictions placed upon us in this realm. But once you do the things that you can to the best of your ability, then you kind of just have to allow the window of divine providence and God to work a miracle in your court, in your favor. And I saw that yesterday. I just could see that. I was like, yeah, where I was going, I was like, I didn't notice anyone that was awake. Maybe they were out partying as well, because people can still party, but it just wasn't there. I was like, this is just a mess. It's a mess. I guess what I'm trying to say in a roundabout way is I'm ready for the upgrade, Lisa. I'm ready for the upgrade. And I'm ready for the new world and for all the things that come with it, because we've prepared. We've been fighting the battle, and it's a privilege to do so. And we're ready for the new world, and we're ready for the upgrade. We're ready for the miracle. It's getting windy out there. There you go. The New Yorker wants it. Oh yeah, thanks, Bob. I forgot that one. We're ready for the new world, because in the new world, it's a level playing field. And people will be on a level playing field in terms of consciousness. We won't feel alone like we have done. And in terms of... The other thing as well is mercy for the asleep. I'm realizing more and more, and I was hinting at it last night when I got quite vehement and told certain negative entities just to do one. And I meant that they had to just clear off. I'm seeing more and more that... almost like the impossible conundrum of being on Earth is why there's such a mess. And I still do scratch my head and wonder what it's about, but I do feel that a lot of it is the contrast, the ascension, and a lot of others kind of portray it in such a way as well. I guess in time we'll find out, but I feel that that's a big part of it, the contrast. It's like if we were divine beings, we come and descend to Earth, and this could just be a holographic extrapolation in a dream, which probably it is. Everyone does need a big hug. There you go, big group hug. That's it, Nadine. You could be hug cheerleader. Thanks, Maria. But the thing I'm noticing more and more is the inception perspective of how people can have, even when their lives are really clear, they can have thoughts being played across their consciousness. And it's like, are they their own thoughts? Are we sovereign in our own thoughts? Are they God thoughts? Are they trick thoughts? That's quite a disturbing discovery. Also, just on the other side of it is it's quite an illuminating and exciting discovery. But when you're first confronted with it, and I have been before, and I'm seeing it again recently, and I'm like, goodness me, after all the kind of inner work and ascension that we're going through, and then to realize that even how about this, counterfeit thoughts, there you go folks, counterfeit thoughts, fraud thoughts in the thought field, in the dimensions, that's another level of game. That's another level of learning, and those things are there. And so it's when you strip back all the other kind of crap, and then you get to that level, you're like, whoa, that's pretty startling. But when I see that, I do have mercy for the sheep, for the followers, for the sleepers. I don't know if the sleepers are going to be tethered to this realm as it is, or like Hugh says, where we go one, we go all. But then there's the thing of 4 to 6% won't make it. I don't know all the answers of it. And also with it, not everything is just black and white. Not everything is binary. I think binary is many things, but also within binary, there's infinite possibilities depending on how high you go up. So everything is a fine, nuanced discussion in this realm of where we're going, and which makes it interesting, but also the attributes of humanity. I guess it's love, isn't it? Love and authenticity and coming together. But it does it when I see that, so that's at the precipice of thoughts, because we're in our heads all the time, aren't we? We have this shared reality. We're thinking, but most of the time we think that this domain of ours is a sovereign place, and it is. But also, you can see how things can echo and repeat and trick even in there, and that's a pretty disturbing thing. But I think it's something, I can't speak for everyone, but it feels like that's something we're probably all going to have to go through. I don't know if that's the dark night of the soul. I used to think that was something different, but I think it's almost, it seems to me like it's maybe necessary before full ascension. Could be, that's what it feels like. And it's not a place of relish, it's a place of whoa. But then when looking back, it's like, okay, once we reach that level, do we go past that? And when we do go past it, then we're on to the next level of awareness and understanding. So anyway, if that makes sense to me, I'm talking to you. I'm freewheeling and spinning the disco DJ decks right now of my mind of what all this is about. But if you're at that level where you're realizing the difference, or trying to realize the difference between your own thoughts and whispers of other things, but there is also a parameter of like, kind of, they won't go beyond, or at least that's been my experience. But it's tricky. It's a lot of the films are showing this. They did it with X-Men too. They showed the X-Men are the kind of the chosen ones, the ones that have got abilities and gifts, and then they were showing how they were being tricked. And it's like, ooh, you know. I don't think it's all the time. I think it's just on certain things. Anyway, if that resonates with anyone, just my message would be keep pushing forward, keep pushing forward. But President Trump never faileth, and he said that all fraud will end within 6 months, and that was almost about a month ago. So November, December, hopefully by the end of this year, fraud at all levels, all realms will be gone. I hope. That's what I'm banking on. That's what I'm hoping on, because I can see, I can see that basically all relationship breakdowns, or wars, or mental health, all incorrect, shitty decisions that people make in this lifetime, they're their responsibility, but they're kind of not as well, because I'm realizing that this other area of thought, of the ether, that can be incepted, and it is incepted, and thoughts can be placed and put into people's minds as though they're their own thoughts, and then they take action on those thoughts, because action, the driver of action is belief. And so if your beliefs come from thoughts, you take actions upon those. And that's what's happened. We've seen at a global level with the events of 2020 and beyond, and people making silly decisions which were obvious to others not to do. But as you get further and further, you can see that it's okay. How about this? Terminator 2, at the end of it, you've got John Connor and Sarah Connor, and Sarah Connor has been mimicked, been replicated for a moment by the bad T-1000, the Silver Man, and he turns into his mother, to Sarah Connor, and he's calling out to him saying, John, John. And John is like in this panicky kind of life or death situation, and he's hearing his mother, and he's wanting to hear his mother, and then he realizes, oh shit, it's not his mother. That's the sort of thing I'm talking about. That's pretty startling. And I guess, as with all things, you can only kind of understand things as I say only. One of the methods to understand things is by repetition and being exposed to that sort of stuff. But it's pretty startling when you realize that's the sort of thing that's been going on and has been going on, I would say, on and off throughout everybody's lives. And the god of this world is Satan, is Lucifer. And then you brought it down to, well, what's the purpose of this world? Lucifer's one side of the other coin, the other side of the coin being Jesus. They're both 74. It's these complex constructs, and it's the deciphering between what's real, what's not. It's probably why the Q post is what is real. Israel for last. Anyway, there's some of my my beautiful mind. Yeah. So it makes me feel compassion towards the normies. But don't get me wrong, I don't want to be in normies reality. I pass through it in and out because I have to function in society, but I'm quite quick in and out with it, and I observe it, and I'm very grateful when I get back to my oasis of my mind. The key, the alien, there you go, 74, brilliant, nice one. Magic USA, nice one, Bob. But I don't, yeah, it's all in the mind. And the mind is, you've got the whole thing of the quantum reality of quantum physics. So if things are distorted, there's so many things with this, and I don't know all the answers. I'm probably just touching the surface and trying to express it right now in my best possible way. And I'll probably look back on this maybe in days or weeks or months and be able to express it clearer and have a better understanding. But that's where I am right now with it, thinking about it. Yeah, John Connor, Sarah Connor. You hear the voice, and what is it? Whose voice is it? Is it yours? Is it someone else's? Is it God's? Is it Lucifer's? It's interesting questions, folks. And I can see how it's caused so much havoc here on this earth. That's why we need a miracle 61 Magic 175 Eternal to rectify all this stuff. Because without that, I have no idea how on earth you would do it. And I don't even know what the miracle will be. I have a few ideas on it, but how it does it and how it manifests and changes in everyone's psyche, and how everything is repaired, and it's just a work of genius. And I'm observing it. I'm peering around the kind of singularity, trying to observe and work it out and understand it and partake of it. It's coming. The thing is, it's inevitable. But as I think with a basic principle of reality, the more you try to do, or it seems like this in this realm, the more you try to do in a certain endeavor, it usually works out that you get favorable results with it when you give it an honest day's, maybe an honest lifetime's effort. Yeah, peering around the corner into the black hole, the singularity of what this is all about, and then having to understand what are the instructions. Because we go with it. People say go within yourself, and that's really important to do so. I would then venture and question, what are you picking up? And it doesn't mean at all times, at every given moment of the day, you're not getting correct thoughts, but there are ones that can be slipped in very, very quickly, very, very, almost imperceptible. But there is a way to, and I don't even know how to describe how you perceive it. But I think the more you understand it, and even talking about it. So I'm talking about it with you guys and girls because it helps me understand it more, and it'll probably hopefully resonate with some others. But there's a whole different level of reality that has been hidden from us most of our lives, and I've been exposed to on and off throughout this journey, and this is another piece of it, and it's like, whoa. So they're my thoughts. Maybe that helps someone. But just keep going. Trust your heart. Keep going. Maybe that's the difference. Probably someone will put an answer up about, oh, you know, your head and your heart. We usually think of associated thoughts of the head. The heart, though, can the heart messages be mimicked? I don't know. I'll have to explore that one. Probably a lot will say no, it's the difference. It's like, okay, I get that, but that's an interesting one. Can the feelings of the heart be mimicked? Because I know thoughts can. And what's the difference? Can the feelings of the heart be mimicked? Open to that. Open to see what that is. Yeah. Anyway, folks, we keep moving forward. We're being prepared to be gods again. That's what we're being prepared for. That's what I guess we're remembering. Nolan's film next year is Homer's Odyssey, and I've said it last week. Space Odyssey 2001, Mask Odyssey 2001. What happened in 2001? 9/11 2001. So, but then the tagline for the poster, I saw the poster at the IMAX for the Odyssey, and it says defy the gods. That's interesting, that principle of defying the gods, because who are the gods? Who are the gods? Ye are gods, the one true God. We are God, Jesus, the other gods of other religions. Defy the gods. It's an interesting concept, folks. The other thing I've noticed is that the ones that play in this realm are almost like gods, because they're another dimension of understanding. They may even be playing at a lower dimension. I don't know. I'm not sure if they're second or fourth dimension, but they have other abilities and other knowledge and understanding of the mechanics of this world, and are able to replicate and trick. And that's a real doozy. That's a whopper. But it's all been about 3 to 5th, hasn't it? So what happened to 4th? 4th might be this, what we're going through. And we get exposed to both sides of the 4th, and then we go into the 5th, because I believe once you're at the 5th, you can't, all the fraud and lies go. And magicians and wizards and negative entities can't thrive anymore. They come into their last legs, but they're showing us. But it also is a controlled environment as well, which is good. But nevertheless, it's a pain. It's annoying sometimes. We're ready for the miracle, God. We're ready for the miracle. And I don't even know who to address. I don't know whether I should address Jesus. I don't know whether I should address God. I don't know if it's my higher self, universe, higher intelligence. I don't know. Even with prayers, I believe in the principle of prayer and sincerity of heart. But I don't even know the addressing, like when you address a certain being, are you addressing someone else? I don't know. I'm open to that. And I know people get really precious on it, even within the movement, because the thing is we've been tricked at so many levels. That's the thing. We've been tricked at so many levels. It's deciphering between them. One key with that, though, is you can, by their fruits ye shall know them. And I think this applies in this. In fact, it does. So I've seen wizards and tricksters come along and pretend to be other people, and they've tricked me. They've tricked others in the past about things. They've created large followings, and they were just on an appetite for destruction. They were like the Joker. They just tricked people. But their fruits don't last. Whereas in terms of President Trump's fruits, President Trump is, I knew that instinctively from the beginning. And my testimony in terms of President Trump is by following President Trump, by supporting him verbally, physically, energetically, you will prosper. That's been my experience. I was brought up in a religion. I never really prospered, but I have prospered since President Trump came into my life at this level. And so by their fruits you shall know them. I guess that's one key to decipher. The devil will trick. They can masquerade as in your head about things, and then you think it's something else, and then they catch you. They set up traps and snares. Trap. That's what they do. They trap you. Thankfully, there's a quick release on the traps. I don't think they're as devastating as they used to be in the past. No idea what they would have been like in the past before the Great Awakening. Those traps would have been awful. I think they'd lasted generations, and they're not pleasant at all. They just reap destruction and decay and death and misery for people, and it's hell. That was hell. We're coming out. If this was hell, we're coming out of hell. And the fruits, by their fruits you should know them. I think that's a good one. If something is real, it will prosper and it will grow, and it will benefit all. That's the other thing. Whereas the devil will masquerade, and then it will just leave you stranded and will trick you and laugh. So, hey Mariano, good to see you, buddy. And so that's the thing, that's the voice. So if people are unsure, like in terms of what I'm expressing, I know by following President Trump, as I do and have and continue to do so, that's a true voice in the wilderness. So if what I've shared with you is a bit confusing, or you're not sure, Trump right now is if you're in any doubt on anything, religious wise, non-religious, whatever, there's one marker in the universe right now that won't lead you astray, and that's Trump. That's the marker. That's the light. That's the call in the wilderness. He's the light in the wilderness. And you can decipher the truth of all things through him. The gift of the Holy Ghost in Numbers is 258. President Donald J. Trump, 258. Trump's father was Frederick Christ Trump. There's a reason for that, folks. There's a reason for that. And the trumps everything. That's the other thing. It trumps everything. So it will trump all devils, all fraud. Like he said, he's already said the fraud's going to end. So I'm really looking forward to what that energetically feels and looks like, that when fraud ends, which is coming up within about 5 months away. I believe what he said, all fraud, not just financial, all fraud, because there's frauds in the realms. He's already talked about the invisible enemy. The invisible enemy was COVID, but COVID, when he's talking about invisible enemy, as he said many times, there's many things going on. It's battles in the other realms. It's that scripture about we wrestle with not flesh and blood, but powers, dominions, principalities, kingdoms that are unseen. That's true, folks. That is true. I didn't realize it fully. I've sensed it on and off before, and particularly I've seen and sensed stuff. I've seen things you wouldn't believe. There you go. To quote, what's his name, Batty from is it Batty? Can't remember now. The one Rutger Hauer in Blade Runner. Blade Runner's 114 trump card frequency. If I hadn't have experienced the things I've experienced, then I probably wouldn't believe it in terms of the things I've experienced. I would be open to listening to someone like me because I'd want to know more. But I guess I'm lucky and privileged to be in the position I am for whatever reason, God picked me. The message was created. I received it. It didn't go on stony ground. It was received and watered, and it grew and blossomed instantly, quantumly. So it was all meant to be. But I was given this gift. And I guess I'm just saying that the further you go up to understand. And the other thing that is merciful with it is it's not all the time. So the whisperings of something that is not right is not all the time. But it has come in critical moments sometimes, and you're like, fuck, once you realize what it is. So that's why I'm talking about it. So I'm just trying to help you. It helps me work through it, but it's also helping my honest audience. But like I said, if anyone's ever in doubt, there is one true voice in the wilderness, and it's Trump. That's it. If you're going through whatever you're going through, if you're going through turmoil, unsure about everything, the time it's taken, whatever it is, There's one true voice in the darkness, and that is Trump. That's it. There's one true voice. I knew that from day one, and I've always known that, and so I'm telling you again. 140 comes to the apostles. Tom Numbers 140, the apprentice 140. Is Trump the apprentice? Am I the apprentice? Are we all apprentices? There's a master and an apprentice. Anyway, so there you go. There you have it, folks. They're my ramblings for tonight, and that's been 40 minutes. Wow, you got a lot from but that's cool. I'm enjoying that. That's a lot of fun. So, oh, bless you, Mariano. Thank you. So we're all in it together. It's a privilege to serve you. If you weren't here, my faithful, then I'd just be talking to an empty screen, but I'm not. So there you go. Drill, baby, drill, Bob. Nice one. So if in doubt, just listen to President Trump. Within 2 minutes, you would have got a personal message from him. How about there you go, folks. If you're ever worried about anything, because I've done this hundreds, thousands of times, if I just tune into President Trump and I get a message personally from him within seconds, within minutes. So if you're going through a rough time right now, just tune into. It doesn't even have to be one that's current. It could be whatever first comes. That's the beauty of it. Whatever comes up first, boom, just play it, and he'll be speaking to you. Whether it's 5 years ago or today, there will be a message for you personally that he's prepared for you, and there it is. So, and that's the beauty of the good side. That's the beauty of the quantum field and of the realm. So keep believing, folks. Keep moving forward. Keep pushing forward. Keep pushing. Keep on pushing, all right? Keep on rocking in the real world. And we ask for God's miracle. We know it's coming, and we're ready, and we're ready for it to happen. That's it. The numbers don't lie. You can choose I talk about all the positive numbers. I'm aware of some of the bad ones. And if you have the positive outcome, you just go with it. And the thing is as well, it's my fine bandwidth of understanding that I go with, and it's served me well. It's, I'm lucky. I wouldn't have wanted to go through this COVID period without the insight that I have, put it that way. So I've been blessed, and then because I was given this, I've got to share it with others, and that's what I do. So, but like I said, if anyone's going through a rough time, just listen to President Trump, and within seconds you will get a message from him directly, and it will give you great comfort, because there is only one voice in the darkness right now, and that's President Trump. Okay, so that's it. So, as a digital apostle of Trump, which I would consider myself as, Tom Numbers 140, the Apostles 140, the Apostle DNA 140, Tom Numbers, the Apprentice 140, the Trumps 140, I'm telling you, keep moving forward and listen to President Trump, and you'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll be more than fine. And you watch, there'll be something that's come up about this probably in the next 48 hours in a publication, like a thing on, there'll be something. There will be something to reference this. So anyway, folks, it's been great talking to you tonight, and it's been a busy, quick week, so I've only been able to do a few broadcasts. I try to do I do one each day, but sometimes it's just been a couple of minutes, but today we just got to do more. So anyway, all right, I'll see you tomorrow, and God bless you. Lots of love. Take care. And get your oxygen water. I haven't even done a Wayne's World promotion tonight. But as usual, you can get your scalar, you can get your AHA Halo, you can get your oxygen water, your Qelby balls. They're all great stuff, and they're really helpful. That's another thing. I came back from the batterings of London, great time, but was so happy to come home. And then I was able to replenish and refresh, and my oasis of heaven, I was able to live through today, and it was wonderful. So, hey Karen, God bless you. Take care, folks. Much